Y'all have a good weekend.
Busy but good, I guess.
Busy with work or family?
Both.
Whoops, it's the wrong one.
Multiple events last week, multiple events this week.
Was it weddings or?
No, all Easter related
Oh, okay.
stuff.
Okay. You had a good weekend, Scott?
Yeah. It wasn't bad, I guess.
It was nice weather. Well, yesterday and Friday, Saturday was a little cold. I turned my air conditioning from heat to cool for the first time since I moved here yesterday. Yeah. Cause it got to 70. And then. So it's just been on heat for months. Kind of crazy. Scott, you signed up for the coffee challenge, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw your name. Have you done any yet?
I've done 5.
Well,
Okay.
that's a lot. Yeah, nice.
Here I feel so unproductive.
Well, it's the 10th though, so I'm behind by 5. Technically.
You double, I thought I saw on the tracking that Stephanie.
I wasn't sure how to track any of it. Do I need to put down names and stuff for people?
No, it's just like numbers,
Oh, okay.
on the day.
Am I allowed to edit it? Or is it?
Yeah, she did change it to everyone can edit.
Oh, okay.
So like
I haven't put anything in there.
Stephanie she did 4 on the 6th. What day was that?
Holy cow.
It was
They
Thursday.
might have more just done lunch more than breakfast. I guess I'm just maybe not up that early to do like everything.
You can track lunch, yeah, any sort of. Meeting, so. I feel like the spirit of the competition is setting a meeting that you might have not done before, so coffee. I know Evan talked about doing like a play date with her kid and another, mom and kid, so that's a good idea too.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Okay, we'll give it another minute and we'll get started. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with another icebreaker like last week. So I came up with, or I Googled, would you rather question. Have y'all played that before? Yeah.
Do that all the time.
So this one's pretty easy, but I'm curious to see what everyone's answers are. Would you rather have the power to fly or teleport? Really? Really? Okay, Erica?
I say teleport.
Oh, I can't hear you. 1 second. Wonder if that's our audio. Oops. Try saying something again.
I vote teleport.
Oh, no, I can't hear you. let me.
You are muted.
Okay, try saying something now.
I vote for teleporting.
Okay, I'll just do the audio through the computer then.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I guess I'm the only one that would want to fly. I feel like that would be more fun. I feel a little ganged up on, but I do think teleporting would be pretty cool. I guess depending on how fast you could fly though, if you could fly pretty fast, it would be nice, but it would also be nice to just teleport instantly to like a beach or some sort of vacation.
No travel time.
So, yeah.
See, you savings.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Okay, so now let's do
Time is,
a big factor. I still feel like it would be more fun to fly
I
though.
mean, I guess like for, coming from a fun standpoint, I guess flying would be more fun because it would, you know, you could fly over the mountains and stuff like that. It'd be,
But maybe more logical to teleport. Yeah,
Like if I wanted to get from here to Salt Lake City,
yeah.
Yeah.
I could get there
Do second.
in a second versus fly.
Yeah, yeah. Something to think about. Okay. So let's do our one-on-one or our one thing from last week. So Erica, you put, and I know you just said this on the phone call, but you've been doing the 66-day challenge and then learning smart plan. So it sounds like you did both of those, right?
Yes,
Okay. And about do you know how far along you are on this 66-day challenge?
I think I'm on like day 10.
Okay, awesome. Okay. And then let's see, Mike, you put onboarding homework and then the same thing, the command challenge.
Mhm.
You done those?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm only on day 7 because our weekend was so busy, but yeah, I've already, I mean, I got tons of contacts in already. I just have to finish with Elizabeth today for the website setup, but other than that, onboarding is completely done. Actually got an email this morning that I got my license.
Oh,
So-
nice.
So that's probably taken
That's
care of.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I guess things are going good, well.
yeah. Awesome. And did y'all know that you can now import your phone contacts to command?
I did that.
Have y'all
already.
seen that?
Yep.
Okay. Scott, have you seen that?
I
Erica?
haven't done it because
Yeah, I actually think it was part of the 66-day challenge on one of the videos.
It was, and so I did it the way that he laid it out,
Mhm.
because they just added that feature to command that you can just use your.
Yeah,
phone
like a week
directly
or
to
two
command.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because before that, it's like you had to use an app to convert it to
Mhm.
a CSV file and then upload it into
Yeah.
command. Which was a couple more steps, but it wasn't
Yeah.
difficult, I don't think, but it was, like I say, it was more time consuming than anything.
Yeah, that did take more time, and even some people would manually do it one by one.
Oh.
So
No
definitely
thanks.
helps to be able to export it all in or
Yeah.
import it all in at the same time. Yeah, awesome. And then let's see, Scott, you put start your Facebook business page and then work on some of your open house planning.
Yeah,
That,
so I mean, I got the Facebook business page, and I don't know, I get some sort of lost as. So now it's connected to Instagram, but I don't have an ability to post from Instagram to my regular Facebook page.
so you never could do that. It's
always-
only your, I'm almost positive, it's only your Facebook business page.
Cause like before I could post on Instagram and it gave me the option to post straight to Facebook.
Did it
I
do
posted
to your personal
my
Facebook?
personal
Really?
Facebook.
Okay.
So now I'm just kind of like, so that's cool that it can post to Facebook business, but there's nobody that can see it on Facebook business.
Mhm.
So I'm like,
So you could then go to Facebook business and share that to your personal page. Or you could just manually post it on your personal.
and that's what I ended up doing was manually
Yeah.
posting the same content from one to the other. So I think what I have to do is start inviting people to
Like your,
like my Facebook
Page,
business
yeah.
page, but everybody on there is more personal than business. For the most part. So I don't know, it's a little lost as to how to handle that.
yeah, I would just invite all of your friends to like the
page, I think you can kind of bulk select them. I would just invite everyone. And then when they like the page, they'll start to see it more. They probably, unfortunately, that the algorithm doesn't push out your business page as much as it pushes out your personal. So if you're posting on both of those and the person's following you on both, I feel like they're more likely to see it on your personal page. So you might still want to share it to your personal. However, it doesn't hurt to like at least invite them to like your business page. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Just
a
seemed like
little,
an added step.
Yeah.
right now. It's kind of-
so I mean, you could,
I wish that there was a way that Facebook business page allows me to plan out posts
Mhm.
throughout the
Mhm.
where the personal one does not. So now it's like, I feel.
yeah,
Is there a way that I can convert my personal one to make that the business page? So that I
Yeah.
can be planned out posts on my personal or.
I don't think you can. If you figure it out, let me know, because that would be really nice to be able to schedule out posts on Facebook, but yeah, I don't think you can. So it's a little like finicky, but I would think about what's saving you the most time overall. And at least for me, it would be, well, yeah. Yeah, but I think in the long term, scheduling out posts would save you time.
Right.
And then just manually doing it, it would take up some time, but not as much.
Maybe I get. 200, 300 people on the business side, or the majority of the people from the
Mhm.
personal to the business page. And then I just closing the personal page and sticking with the business one, that way I'm not posting on both.
I think your business page has to be tied to a personal account. Let me Google that. Yeah. Let me see.
I just feel like I can get tied into the business one and just ignore the personal one altogether.
Yeah, okay, so I did Google it, and this source says that yes, it requires every business page to be linked to a personal Facebook profile. So, yeah, they don't make it easy.
Weird, see a place
Yeah.
like Texas Roadhouse, like they had to have like a link to a
To,
person,
like,
like
the-
their
yeah.
multinational corporation, like. Let's look at that little personal one.
Yeah.
I Facebook page, because I'll get back to when Facebook had me tied to college email address.
Oh, yeah,
That was the Rick Williams original.
that was,
stuff.
yeah, that was
'Cause
interesting.
you could have a Facebook page if you didn't have college email,
Yeah, so,
but I guess, yeah, I guess a long time ago, I had a space page.
I did have a MySpace too, yep. Yeah, so it's a little finicky, but I think the like results you get from it and the leverage you get from doing lead gen through Facebook or other social media platforms make it worth it to have to deal with how they structure the app, if that makes sense.
Well, I'm just, yeah, I need to get it. It's starting to save time versus right now, the initial sequence is
Mhm.
just swallowing.
Yeah, and I would say that's probably true for all of your lead gen methods as you get them started. They're probably more manual, or they require more thinking or like hyping yourself up before you actually do the activity. So I would, I think the first step is just doing it in the first place. And then yes, second step would be, how can I make this more efficient and yet still get good results from it? So yeah, I think it's just a process, but and then what did you say you wanted to do some open house planning? Did you do that as well?
Yeah, so I started to put together like, kind of like a checklist as far as like. What I need to make sure that I'm doing to have, more successful. Outing. Within an open house.
Mhm.
So put up on here, it was just more. Reaching out to homes in the area or listing agents in the area.
Do you want to, because Mike, didn't you put open houses on your business plan
Yeah,
as well?
definitely, that's actually one of my things on my list to ask you about.
Okay, do you want to share that with me, Scott? And then we could kind of go, because I know Erica's starting to get into open houses too, so we could kind of go through that together. Is it a,
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I was just had it written on by hand.
yeah, we could look at that if that's easier.
But I mean, like, you know, making sure I have like a sign-in sheet printed up. You know, and colorful and nice, with a feedback form. I was also gonna order some like mini clipboards and stuff. For the feedback form, so that people are
Mhm.
going around the house, they can fill that out. You know, and then I was coming up with like a little gift bag idea. Some little bubbles, I was gonna order from Amazon, like little things with bubbles and for spring, summer. If people have kids, just to have set out on the table. And then, you know, a mortgage lender sheet. I have a printout of info about myself. With a QR code that goes to like a business card and that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
and my website. And then it just kind of consisted of just a checklist running along those lines.
And then did you, with the printouts, are you also printing something about the property?
Yeah, I mean, then there would be like the MLS sheet would probably
Okay.
be on there. And then I've been printing like a thumbnail from the MLS. Just so that I have a printout if I don't have Wi-Fi access at the house. So that when I'm at the property, if someone's looking for something different, like say I'm at a 2-bedroom, 2-bath or something like that, they're looking for more bedrooms, or they're looking for a bi-level, and they're looking for a ranch. I have like a thumbnail, like, you know, where I can offer.
So a little bit of
check them out
info
later,
about,
you know what I mean,
yeah.
like, hey, I see a 5-bedroom on here, which might suit your needs a little better. You wanna go take a look at that at, you know, 3 o'clock this afternoon after I close up here,
Mhm.
you know what I mean, and just trying to get them to convert into more of a.
Yeah, so I think those are all great printouts. I don't know that I would print anything else. I feel like that's, those are great things to have. And then, what's your checklist? Do you have it written down? Other than the documents?
And I think it was just like, it was also, with reaching out to, listing brokers, you know, on Mondays. You know, like, hey, these are the services that, you know, I'm willing to do an open house for you, blah, 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 getting all those out to a
Mhm.
specific area. And then going through, because I mean, I have an email that Stephanie used in my inbox that I adjusted. To suit myself. And then it was just a matter of then following up with the same listing brokers when they didn't get back to me. You know what I mean? Be
Mhm.
like, hey, you know. Are you guys still interested? Is this something that you want to do with another property in the future? You know, this, that, and the other. You know, because they may or may not see my email.
Mhm. Yeah, you could also do that via text or phone call. I feel like when I set up open houses, I had the best results through text and then maybe email and then phone. Like most of the time when I would call them, they would just ask me to text them anyways. So I think that's great. And having a follow-up message if they don't respond. So yeah, I think that would be the first step. And then, do y'all have a checklist in terms of what to do once you get to the property yet? Have y'all thought about that? You can go through that. So, I would say maybe turn on all the lights and kind of walk through the property, make sure everything looks okay. And then I would go through, and then I would set up my area. So if I'm putting my papers out on a table or something like that, I'd get all that set up from my car. And then I would walk back through more slowly and take photos and videos for social media, since I'm going to be doing that as well as the open house. And then I feel like that's pretty much it. Lights, doors open,
And I guess the other thing I learned from previous open house is just some of the questions that people were coming in and asking, like. They wanted more information about the house itself. Like,
Mhm.
why is this person selling, you know what I mean, stuff like that, or and just trying to reach out to that listing person, trying to gain some insight into the house. Like the last one I went to, you know, the person, the listing broker's family. You know what I mean, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know, just trying to see what kind of information I can gain that I can pass on.
Yeah, I would add that as part of you setting up the open house. I think that's a great question to ask. Why are they selling? What's most important to them with offers? Is it, for example, quick close timing wise? Or are they trying to net the most money possible and they're willing to wait for that? I would also ask if there's anything that you should know about the house before you hold it open. Sometimes that's further things about the situation. Sometimes it's small things like the door is hard to open. Here's exactly how you open it. So kind of varies, but I've been in situations where I can't get the door open and it's stressful. So yeah, I would ask those questions as you're setting up the open house. I would also just have your phone on you, ready to text the listing agent. It seems like there's always like some random question that you get about the house. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because that gives you a reason to get that person's contact info if they haven't already given it to you. So my first client was from an open house and they had a question about the attic. And we couldn't get the door open. And so I ended up getting her info. She hadn't filled out the sign-in sheet when she came in. She didn't want to, but she ended up giving me her info. And then I followed up with her after that because the listing agent didn't text me back while she was still in the home. Followed up with her, ended up becoming my client. So it's kind of interesting situation because if we could have gotten the door open or if they would have texted me back faster, I probably wouldn't have gotten her contact info, but it ended up working out okay. So when people ask questions that you don't get the answer to, I wouldn't see it as a negative thing. I would just see it as this is a chance for me to follow up if the agent doesn't get back to me in time. So does that make sense to y'all? Okay, what questions did you have, Mike?
I would just wanna know like who, cause I know you did a follow, right, like shadowed another listing agent and went and did an open house with them.
Mhm.
So I just went, the first one I did was supposed to be a shadow,
Mhm.
and just somebody showed up. And then the second one got canceled, and then the third one I finally went to, it was just more of, you know, it was basically just neighbors coming through more than anything else.
Gotcha. I mean.
But yes, you were shadowing an agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess my thing was like who. Like, do you just post on the Facebook page to ask somebody to go shadow, or what was
So
your
you-
recommendation with that be?
You can do that. So occasionally Margaret will help set up open houses. That's typically when one of the agents in our office reaches out to her and says, I have a listing. Can one of your coaching agents hold it open? And then she'll either email about that and or post in the Facebook group,
Mhm.
in the PC group. However, yes, you could also post in the group on your own. And then you could also reach out to agents in our market center and ask them if they have listings. So I wouldn't necessarily wait for Margaret. I would go ahead and post in the group and keep an eye on the group as well. Cause sometimes I think like Stephanie posted last week that she needed or that she was offering to have someone shadow her. And she ended up messaging me actually and asking if I had any agents for her. So yeah, Facebook group, getting to know agents and getting their contact info so you can text them. And then Margaret, I would put that as the third option.
Perfect.
So what other questions?
That was really it.
Okay.
Just that I would like to go do a couple before I ever did one on my own.
Mhm.
As I drop classes.
Yeah. Awesome. Any other questions about open houses? No? Okay, so that was kind of our brainstorm time that we talked about doing last time. Anyone else have anything they want to talk through or brainstorm today? Is that the main thing? Okay, so let me share my screen really quick. So we have a lot of upcoming classes this week, and I just wanted to make sure y'all are seeing all of these on the calendar. So Charles and I are doing a series of 20 master classes on social media this month. So we have 4 of them this week. So the Red Day Invite Graphic and Command tomorrow is the first one. And then the Real Invite to download your KW Home Search app is the third one. I skipped this one actually. The Market Update Instagram Highlight is the second. And then This or That on Friday is the fourth. So those are all in person and via Zoom. However, the one on Friday, Charles is going to take the attendees to a listing to take some photos and videos. So for that one, you'll want to be in person or come meet in person at the Market Center. And then we also have Rachel Adams Lee coming. She's going to be on Zoom only doing, I think, 2 or 3 classes in the next few weeks. She is one of the top agents at Keller Williams, and she built her business through social media. So the first one is going to be tomorrow from 12 to 2 on Zoom, and it's on Create Your Story, a video masterclass with Rachel. So if you attend any one of these this week, I wanted to bold that one because I think that would be a really great one since we are bringing her in from outside our Market Center. And then we also have the lead generation time block Wednesday and our team rally as well. So Wednesday would be a great class to come into the office for those 3 events. And then for dual career coaching this Saturday, we're going over inspection negotiations and best practices. So this is Zoom only since it's a weekend. It's especially for our dual people who can't show up during the week. However, this is open to all coaching agents. So if you're interested in the topic, definitely attend that. And then lastly, so following our discussion on extending this meeting 30 minutes, I realized we do have a conflict once a month with the regional rally. So I was thinking we would start the first Monday of every month, extending it 30 minutes by adding a workshop. And then we can, if that goes well, we can add it a second or third week of the month. We won't be able to do the 4th though, because of that conflict. So does that sound good to all of y'all?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. When it comes to the workshop, I'm most likely thinking something around command or a lead generation activity. Do y'all have any thoughts or suggestions on that?
I like all those. 'Cause Command is a very extended
Okay.
program.
I heard that from Connie and Evan last time. They wanted maybe more command stuff. So I guess we'll start with that. And then, as I mentioned last time, everything's like, able to easily be changed. So if y'all ever have any feedback or thoughts, just let me know. And then let's do our script for the day. So let me pull this up. So we're going to be looking at the Ignite script on page C14. So I'll give y'all a few seconds to pull this up, and we're going to be doing the care conversation starter. Okay, do you have that pulled up, Erica? Okay,
What page?
Mike's C14. Scott, do you have it pulled up?
Yep.
Okay.
I guess.
Oh, nice. Okay. So the first paragraph is just a paragraph of explanation about the care call to just kind of make sure you're approaching it from the right mindset. You'll also be, one phrase that is often associated with a care call is coming from contribution. So just seeing how you can help them, whether it's on a personal or business level. So I'll be the agent first. Does one of y'all want to volunteer to be the person I'm calling?
I can.
Okay, awesome. Okay. So ring ring.
Hello.
Hi Erica, this is Bria Bone. I was just thinking about you today and I wanted to reach out and see how you're doing.
I'm doing good, thank you.
Awesome. How's your family? How's your cat doing?
Oh, she's great.
Awesome. And how old is she again?
She's turning 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, my cats are, I think they're around 4 years old, so similar in age. Yeah, awesome. And how's everything going at work?
Good, thank you.
So, yeah, are you still working from home or are you back in the office completely?
I'm back in the office now.
Okay, nice. Has that been an adjustment or do you like it more than working from home?
I like it. It's nice to see people.
Awesome. Yeah, and then are you still living in that apartment in
Yes,
Westminster? Okay. Are you still liking that okay?
it's okay. I could use some more space.
Yeah, I hear that. Is it a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom?
Just a 1 bedroom.
Oh, yeah. So what would the extra space be for?
Just guests. If I have family in town, I think it would be helpful to have some more space.
Yeah. Would you maybe turn a room into an office if you could?
I think that would be helpful too.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, that's a lot of the clients I deal with are either moving because they want more space or they want less space. So that's a common reason people move. So when does your lease end? I'm just curious.
In July.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's coming up soon. So do you think you'll re-sign or are you wanting to upsize right now?
I think it'd be nice to upsize. I definitely like to kind of look at what's out there.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, would you want a bigger apartment or would you be interested in buying a home?
I guess it depends on the prices and what's right, what makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, well, I'd love to schedule just a 15-minute call, maybe sometime this week, just to kind of talk through this a bit more, make sure I know what you're looking for, and then I could help you connect with the lender, look at prices in a little bit more depth, and then we could move forward from there.
That sounds great.
Okay, awesome. Do you happen to have Wednesday available at noon?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I'll give you a call then. We can just kind of discuss this a little bit further. Is there anything specific you want answered or you want to talk through this Wednesday?
No, right now I just want to gather some information.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. And then while I still have you on the phone, do you know of anyone else who's thinking about upsizing or moving in any way?
I'll think about that. I think I have a friend who might be looking.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we could touch base Wednesday about that. Okay, awesome. Sounds good. Okay, and then I would end the call. Okay, so I didn't really stick to the script with that. I asked about family, work. I was hoping you would ask me how my work is going in return. But then that was when I then asked about your living situation, hoping to turn the conversation into real estate. So with these care calls, it doesn't have to turn to real estate. Like you'll see on the script, it says, if it's common sense, you can move to real estate, but if not, I would just keep it focused on their personal life and getting into closer relationship with them. So any questions about that?
So what if she's looking to, upsize from her apartment to potentially a 2-bedroom
Mhm.
home / or apartment? So what if you are getting into that position where, she's hesitant then to want to purchase, but now she's looking to you for assistance and guidance into getting into a 2-bedroom apartment. Now she's looking for your help within the rental spaces, not what you do. You
Yes,
just basically cut it off there and be like. You know, hey, I work in the rental space.
yeah, I wouldn't,
I mean, because it's obviously, it's gonna be part of your sphere, so you're gonna know this person.
yeah,
So,
it's kind of a tricky situation. It's happened to me before. So what I did is let them know that I don't work leases. However, I'd love to still help them in any way I can. So I then would ask them, are you looking to use a apartment like leasing company, or are you just wanting to look on your own? And sometimes they would say, oh, I'll just look on my own. It's not a big deal. Other times they would say that they wanted a company to help them. And then I would either, I would typically like help them research it, or, I mean, oftentimes they can just Google it and find companies, but I would maybe help them research or give them a few questions that they should ask the company to make sure the company is a good one. But, yeah, I would try to pass that off in a nice way and still offer your help. They might not take your help, but I think it's still nice to offer it in that situation. So, and that does happen because sometimes people will re-sign their lease one more year. And even if you're not helping them with that lease, it gives you something to stay in contact with them through as you're getting them set up to buy the home the next year. So, yeah, any other questions?
Yeah, I just feel like I've run across tons of people that are totally interested in buying, but when it comes to like. Their personal finances, I mean, you got their paychecks, you got $300 in the bank, which I mean, isn't gonna cover closing costs. Anything.
Yeah, so I would still have an initial conversation with them. I would still connect them with Mitch or another lender because Mitch does have some programs, so maybe they might qualify for one where they don't have to put any money down. And they don't have to, like, one objection that we get often is they don't want to run their credit score too early or at all. So, and they can have a conversation with a lender and give them some basic info and either get some like homework that they need to do, or they'll let them know that, yes, I think you can qualify. So at least having a 15-20 minute conversation with Mitch would give them a better idea of what they need to do to be able to qualify to buy the home. So I would have the phone call, I would have the connect them with Mitch, and then I would maybe in that case, I wouldn't schedule the in-person meeting. I would just continue to nurture them until they can qualify, and then I would schedule that in-person meeting. So, and when it came to the example we were doing, Erica, since I didn't want to go through all those questions on the phone right now, I just scheduled our meeting for Wednesday. However, if you wanted to pull up the initial conversation and go through those questions with them on the phone, I would maybe just ask them if they had a few minutes to talk through it further and then go through those questions. So, and if they don't have a few minutes, then you could schedule that call to another date. So any other questions? Nope. Okay, so now Erica, I'd love for you to try being the agent, and then Mike or Scott, do y'all want to be the friend?
Sure.
Okay, I'll turn you.
Oh, turn me.
Thank you.
He is you.
Yeah. Well, you can kind of see you in the big.
In the awesome, right.
Yeah.
Okay, ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Erica with the Keller Williams Market Center. I was just thinking about you and I wanted to know how you're doing.
Oh, good. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How's your family doing?
Doing great. Kids are taking up way more time these days, but it's awesome.
Yeah, are they on their way to college?
Oh, no. My kids are only 8 and 10 now.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Well, I bet they're getting excited for summer break.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. What's going on with work? How's that been?
Oh, that's a weird one because I'll be like, I just started doing real estate. Oh, wait, no, I shouldn't answer that. Work's good. It's been really busy, but it's taking up a lot of my weekends right now.
Yeah. is there anything that you need from your home to accommodate work?
Actually, we have a home office in our home right now, but, I mean, unfortunately, we don't have a spare bedroom anymore.
Oh, no, is that something that you would still need for visitors or family?
I mean, it would be something we would like to have.
Yeah. Are you interested in looking at other homes in your price range with an extra bedroom?
I mean, maybe, but I just don't know if it would be economically feasible at this time.
Well, there's definitely a lot going on in the market as far as dips in pricing compared to last year. I'd love to talk a little more. If you have some time, we can meet in person and we can just look at a few things. And see if that makes sense for you and your family.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, would you be available this Friday?
Sure, what time?
What about at noon?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Okay, great. I'll see you then and we'll talk more.
Thanks.
All right, awesome, that was great. Any questions come up from that? No?
I definitely think I need to like more naturally lead into the real estate conversation.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be the most unnatural in this room as you're practicing it for the first time or the first few times, and that's completely okay. So I think if the first care call you ever make, you just don't even ask about real estate, I think that's completely fine. Just make it through the personal questions, and then each time you have a new call or a new conversation, just see how you can make it a little bit more natural and comfortable and just feel like you're getting more out of the conversation. So, but I thought that was great. So, okay. And then, so Mike, do you want to be the agent and Scott, the friend?
Sure, question with you too, so if you're like. Is this kind of like the thought process, this is designed for like friends? Or like a lead you found in an open house, or on either or?
This is designed more for your sphere, so friends and family.
Sure.
You could do this for an open house lead. I think so typically people that are viewing homes in person are further along in the process.
Right,
So
this is more of cultivating friends that maybe
Yeah,
haven't thought
yeah.
that part.
Because
through
if you
yet.
call an open house lead who's like ready to get started and start asking them about their family, they might be like,
Why-
what's going
That's a
on?
weird question, and I was like, working
Yeah,
backwards. almost.
so,
Sure.
but say that lead did kind of maybe put everything on hold for a year, maybe they re-signed their lease. Then when you called them, you
This might
could,
be
you
more
could
of a-
use it. Yeah, but I would start off using this for friends and family.
Gotcha,
Mhm.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So with that, I mean, would you say? Like this is Mike with Keller Williams, or would you, if you were speaking to like a
Yeah.
friend that you haven't spoke to in a while,
Mhm.
it's like, hey, Brian, it's Mike, how you been?
Mhm.
Like,
I
would
think we
that
talked
seem
about this last time,
more
so
natural? Yeah.
I think I skipped it this time.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever like anybody.
If I was
nice.
calling friends or family, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you
think
just
I
be like,
would.
hey, this is Priya, I
Yeah.
just thought about you the other day, how have you been?
Yeah.
And then try working your way into the, hey, I now do real estate, would love to help you kind of
Yeah.
scenario, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could use it, and then if they mention it, you could say something like, I'm trying to get used to answering the phone or making calls with my business name. You could say something like that. I think I did that once with a friend. I actually accidentally answered that this was Bria with Keller Williams, and they had a laugh. So
I was gonna say,
um,
that's your little bit.
yeah, but I think so. If you happen to mention it, I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, I think it's a conversation starter, but
Sure.
if you feel more comfortable leaving it off, like with your best friend, I think that's fine. So,
I get
yeah,
it.
awesome. Any other questions?
No, I was curious.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, yep. So Mike, you'll be the agent and Scott, the friend.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hey Scott, it's Mike. I was just thinking about you the other day. How you been?
Good, Mike. How are you and the kids?
Good. Kids are doing great. How about yourself?
Doing really good and really busy. With work and watching the kids and stuff.
Yeah. What are you doing for work these days?
Well, let's see, I've been working at Target and some other stuff.
Yeah, is that, how's that treating you?
Pretty bad. So I'm trying to gather other things up off the ground here.
Oh, nice, and are you guys still living in the same place?
We are indeed, we've been there, let's see, almost 10 years now.
Oh, wow. You guys ever thinking about moving anywhere or no?
Well, we got our house almost paid off, we'll probably be paid off at the end of the year, so. Not likely, but you never know.
No, I mean, you know, the way things the market have been, you guys must have a lot of equity built up in that thing.
We sure do, buying almost 10 years ago.
Wow, that's amazing. Is there any reason you'd want to stay in a location or?
Well, I mean, my son's 9, so the school's walking distance. All that kind of good stuff, so probably wouldn't be thinking about moving or selling until, you know. He's like 18 or 20.
Well, I mean, I guess that's probably one of the best reasons to stay in there. I mean, is there any price that might get you to move?
Any price that would get me to move. I guess with this my son being in school and stuff, I think it's,
Probably not.
you know, it's the convenience factor of him being able to walk himself to school, walk himself home, you know, all the way through high school and stuff like that, with the schools position the way they are.
Yeah, I completely understand, Scott. Well, say, if you ever change your mind, just let me know. I'll be happy to help you out.
All right, well, I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Right, awesome. Yes, Scott was giving you some pushback. Yeah, I mean, that happens. People get in a good home and they never want to leave, so that's okay. They'll sell, I mean, if you're still in the business a decade from now, that could be a sale and it could be a referral in the meantime, or
Oh, I
referrals
didn't think of
in the
that.
meantime.
So that's fast, I think you get spin into that.
Right, is there anybody else you know?
But I do think your question of asking what price would make a move is good, because a lot of times people do have a price. I mean, sometimes it's outlandish, but there have been times where I'm sure
Yeah,
people,
like $2 million, that moves like,
yeah.
oh,
But if they've been in their home for a decade and maybe they don't really know what their home is worth,
Right.
then that number
They
might
don't
be
know that they
possible.
have 300,000 equity sitting
Yeah.
there.
Exactly, yeah. Awesome. Okay, so let's do one more time. So Scott, you can be the agent and I'll be your friend that you're calling.
ring ring,
Hello?
hey Bria, it's Scott.
Oh, hey Scott, what's up?
Hey, I was just calling because I noticed some of your Facebook posts on there with your cat and stuff, and I kind of really liked that kind of stuff, that kind of posts that you're doing on there, as well as some of the hiking you've been doing.
Oh, yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. It's nice that the weather is finally starting to get better.
It sure is. I'm really liking the warmer weather and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I noticed the other day all the snow's melted around my apartment, which is nice because for a while there were just some piles in the shade that wouldn't melt.
Right. So you're still at the same apartment that you've been at for a while now?
Yeah, I am there. I re-signed my lease maybe 4 months ago, so it's okay. It's not, the best place, but they didn't raise the rent on me, so I felt like it was a good place to re-sign.
Right. That's definitely a win-win for you.
Mhm.
Well, hey, I just wanted to also tell you, some things have changed with my work life. I've actually gotten into the real estate industry.
Oh, cool.
So if you know anyone, or you yourself are looking to make a move, I know you just said you just resigned 4 months ago. But if you're ever looking to make a move, know that I'm out there and willing to help you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I thought I saw that on Facebook. I'd love to buy maybe once my lease ends. I just don't know that I could qualify. Are you able to help me with that?
Absolutely. I work with several different lenders. If you want, maybe later this week, we can sit down and discuss that a little further. I can get you in contact with some great lenders that I work with. And, just so an approximate of what you might qualify for, what you might, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I don't, I'm 8 months away, so I don't know that I want to go through the full process, but I'm willing to at least like meet one of them and maybe have an initial conversation. So yeah, I'd like to do that.
Cool. Well, is like Thursday or Friday work well for you? Where I can get that set up?
Yeah, maybe Friday morning.
Friday morning, how about 9 o'clock?
Yeah, that works.
Cool.
I was trying to be a little tough on you. Well, not tough, but bring up a few questions. So, awesome. I think that went well. How does everyone feel about that? Does that feel good? Does everyone feel like they could make one of those on their own to a friend? Yeah, nice.
And I especially use the Facebook thing. The
Mhm.
only time I ever stuck my foot in my mouth was I sent somebody a message. But I liked their post and it turned, then we met in person, like later. He
Mhm.
was like, yeah, it was really cool getting the message from you. And I was like, message.
Oh,
I
yeah.
sent you a message because I think I messaged him on Facebook and then I called him. like,
Oh, well, that's
like,
fine.
a few
Yeah.
days Later, and just kind of like.
Yeah.
Because I think I said like a lunch thing or something, like a few weeks later, but over the phone versus Facebook. And he said, yeah, I got your message on Facebook. And I'm like, I sent you a message on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or no,
That
I said-
happens.
You said I sent you a message. You didn't say Facebook. You said I sent a message. I don't text you at all. but- And then
Yeah.
it turned out, he was like, yeah, you like my blah, blah, because he does like stuff with fire trucks, he like does inspections on fire trucks or something. And
Cool.
yeah, it's just kind of like, yeah, it looked really cool that you were blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
realistically.
Yeah. I mean, that's happened to me before. Sometimes you forget. So,
I said, lunch thing, hang out. And
mhm.
he said, yeah, I got your message.
Mhm. Yeah, I would just say, sorry, I forgot about that. I mean, yeah,
That's you, I do like seeing those posts with fire trucks and stuff.
yeah. And I mean, that kind of brings up a good idea. You could always pull up Facebook right before you call them and try to look through their posts if they make posts and see what's going on. And then you could reference them in the conversation. Yeah, I've done that before. So awesome. Any other questions or thoughts about that script? Nope. Okay, so let me pull up. Second. So we started going through this playbook a few weeks ago. And let me reshare my screen. Okay. So we only got through, I think I remember we got through the first section. And we hadn't talked about scheduling posts. So we have about 10 minutes left. So we'll do maybe 1 or 2 pages of this and then we'll do our one thing. It's under playbooks or code books is the folder. And it's the social media one. And then we're on page 9. So we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier about creating more time for yourself by scheduling social posts to your business page or Instagram or whatever you're using in advance. So the code book talks about holiday posts or thematic posts like quotes or memes. So for example, with the holiday ones, you could schedule those out essentially like a year in advance, or I don't know how far out Facebook or Instagram lets you schedule posts, but you could prep those and get them scheduled for the future. Quotes are another common one. People would do like Mindset Monday or things like that. And then memes, if you have any real estate memes that you want to post, you could schedule those. So something like an open house, you might not be able to schedule that too far in advance, maybe a few days, but something like a holiday or a quote, or even just like home buying or selling info in general, you could schedule in advance. If for some reason Facebook doesn't let you schedule past a certain date, then I would just save the posts in a folder or document on your computer with the caption, and then schedule them out once they let you have access. So have y'all all seen that you could schedule posts through command? Y'all seen that? Okay, so I want to. Yeah, so I want to show y'all that. So if you're creating something in command, it could be easiest just to, well, it's not under designs, it's actually under campaigns. Sorry, I went to designs because we were talking about posts, but under campaigns, under social posts, you can schedule out posts. So for example, say I wanted to schedule one out on Thursday, the 20th. I could click create a social post, and then it's wanting me to reconnect my Facebook. 1 second. Okay, so it looks like it selected my Facebook. I could also change it to my Instagram, but I'll leave it at Facebook for now. And then I'll just put a test for the caption. And then add media. And then so you could either browse files on your computer or browse design. So like I was saying, if you created the design in command, it could save you some time just to schedule it through command. So say I wanted to schedule this one. You let it load for a second. Okay. Did you have a question?
You know how far in advance you can schedule? Is it just for that week? Something you do like every Sunday night, schedule them out for that week, or is this something you could do for like
Let's
months?
see.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Well, it looks like,
For the year.
yeah. Oh, there we go. May. Yeah. So it's not letting us schedule past May 2024.
Oh, okay.
So for a year.
For a year,
So, yeah.
For a year.
So when you get started, I think it makes sense to maybe do it every Sunday and schedule them out for the next week. But once you get going more and you've kind of figured out what posts you're wanting to make, then I would then schedule it out for months in advance. So yeah, so you can pick the, you could publish it immediately, or you could pick the day and time.
So you could start with like holidays or something and just. try to
Yeah.
knock out days.
Yeah, and command has some great holiday templates, so I would do those through command. And then you could save as a draft or schedule the post. So I'm gonna say, but actually, and then you can see on the right side, it has the preview. So you can see what it's gonna look like to them. And then you could even add emojis as well. That's nice because I don't think you used to be able to do this. And then you could add hashtags here as well. You would need to know which one you're wanting to add though. Any questions about this?
How did you get the photo up there?
In the text box, that little square, add media. So,
Box, that's not-
yeah, and then it shows up under drafts since I didn't schedule it. So say you created some drafts but needed to come back later, you could do that. And then once it's scheduled, you'll be able to see that it's scheduled on the calendar. So, yeah, I think that's a great tool. If you're creating something outside of command, I would just schedule it through Facebook or Instagram. However, if you're creating it in command, that will definitely save you some time.
Yeah.
And then, oh, go ahead.
Way to go.
Yeah, and you will need to connect your Facebook and Instagram and stuff to that. So.
What are the options? Schedule and or schedule Facebook business.
I think if you're creating it in command, it'll save you time.
Is this only for business profiles though again, or can you? do
Yeah.
it? It's only for business profiles.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so, I think if you're creating it in an outside app like Canva or something, because then you would have to download it to your computer and then upload it to command. So you might as well just do that straight to Facebook. I don't really see, unless you wanted to save the design in command, so you could put it into like an email or something like that. I think that could make it worthwhile, but I would definitely start with the posts that you're creating in Command, scheduling them through Command as well. Yeah, it's a good question. Any other questions? Nope. And then last thing, so they aim to, or the code book says to aim to post 10 times per week. For me, I try to post 4 times, and then post on my stories more than that. So I would, take from this that it's great to try to pick a certain number and get to that every week. However, you don't have to post every day or multiple times a day if that feels too overwhelming. So maybe start with holidays or things like that that have templates already created, and then you can get started with like home buying info or more complex posts later on. So any questions about this page that we just went over? Nope. Okay, so we'll keep going through this code book, the next few sessions or the few meetings. I do want to get, before I let y'all go, our one thing for next week. So let me pull up my notes really quick. So we'll start with Erica. What's your one thing for this upcoming week?
I think I want to explore more like Facebook groups and working within those for lead gen.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and I just wanted to share to Mike and Scott, Erica posted, she joined a Facebook group for business women, I think, and posted in it, and she got some comments, and one of them is a potential client that she's going to schedule a call with. So yeah, I think that's awesome.
Correct, Steve.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, and then Mike, what's your one thing?
I think I'm gonna keep working on the 66 days and look at possibly, well, I'm gonna start sending out announcements, like now that I got my license, so I'm gonna do some announcements with that, and then I have a whole category in Command of the contact leads that I'm gonna look to schedule a smart plan with it.
Okay, awesome.
For past clients that I'm kind of, hey, look at my new career path, love to inform you, you used me before, love to,
Yeah.
use me again for my new business.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, and then Scott, what's your one thing?
I think just. Sure. Maybe after a meeting, I'll have something. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, so you got, oh, go ahead.
So many things. Not sure what's the most impressive or most impressive.
Are they all around lead gen or are they different things?
I mean, it's like, I feel open house, I feel lead gen with Facebook and getting that finagled. Yeah, a bunch of things
Mhm.
going.
Are you wanting to hold an open house this weekend?
Yeah.
So that could be one, and then what with Facebook?
Yeah.
Are you wanting
It's
to?
just started to schedule posts. Started to, and then obviously if I can be able to like, it's
Mhm. Okay, so maybe schedule your first few posts on Facebook and then invite people to like Facebook page. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Great. Okay. Any last questions or thoughts? Nope. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Great to see you, Erica. Talk to y'all soon.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Bye.